starting as a child in a wave of confusion. Leanna Cruz having her first fight on Barstool Sports Rough and Rowdy series. These two are now on the brink of being able to call themselves world champion. Round one scheduled for 10.
Both women trying to impose themselves early in the round. No feeling out process here.
You can see the type of volume we can expect here tonight. Regina Chavez, a whirlwind volume puncher, and Leanna Cruz, more than up to the task herself.
I've always seen Cruz with really, really good defense. But I want to see how that defense holds up against a person like Chavez who throws so many punches. Good right hand by Chavez right there.
Good slip by Cruz there. Threw a left hook to the body. She's got a nice uppercut by Cruz in the inside.
Sharp right hand as well.
She's catching a lot of those shots in the pocket there.
Chavez had excellent sparring in preparation for this match. She's been working with current IBF Super Flyweight champion Irma Garcia, who is also a southpaw. So if you're preparing for an interim title fight against Leanna Cruz, who has been working in the southpaw stance a little bit more often as of late, sparring with Irma Garcia is about as good as you could ask for.
Yeah. You know, I like how comfortable Leanna is in the pocket, though. I mean, a couple of those shots are sneaking in there and landing, but a lot of them are being caught, and she's countering back with a lot of short shots, as she did there with a nice right hand.
Excellent right hand that slips to the body and lands a good left hook as well. And that, oh no, you see the grimace on the face of Leanna Cruz. And I think I heard her. Well, I didn't hear, I saw her mouth my knee.
Right.
So we are gonna get a look at that. That will be scored a knockdown, but the bigger story may be the condition of Cruz as we take a look at the corner.
Do me a favor, give me the water. I want you to use your stick a little bit more for me. Okay? Use it with a little bit of speed. Alright? And mix it up. Remember, start to give me this a little bit. And then flick it out. Make sure that your right hand stays here. Whenever she throws the hook in, shoot your right hand down the pipe. When you come down to the bottom, when you're coming down, work for it. Okay? That stick is going to make her throw. You got to do the jab on the head. Okay? Don't worry about that. That's nothing.
Let's take a look back at the replay of this knockdown. And in particular, look at the left leg of Leanna Cruz.
Yeah, just looked like a clean shot. Put it down.
Shot, yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing another angle, but
Yeah. Her knee seems all right now.
I didn't see any feet or anything tangled up.
Couldn't ask for a better start here for Regina Chavez. You've scored a knockdown. You have a maybe compromised opponent now. And Chavez lands a terrific Cruz.
But is this the best style for Leanna right now? Wow. Chavez is fresh. She's strong. When you're used to moving around and jabbing and slipping shots, remember she said beforehand, swim without getting wet. This is not the style she was talking
But the
about.
question is, does she have the mobility to do that right now? With what we think could be a knee injury, is fighting like that possible?
I mean, that might be her only option is her knee, if her knee is compromised, because she wouldn't be able to move around. And thus far, she's landing shots in there, guys. I mean, Leanna is still landing the cleanest shots, in my opinion, in this fight.
Exchange there on the inside. Hot start to the round for Leanna Cruz. Regina Chavez right there in the trenches, landing to the body. So is Cruz, a nice left hook.
Good body attack there.
Cruz in particular felt that she'd be able to hurt Chavez to the body, and she is targeting that explicitly right now as she climbs the ladder with a wicked right hand.
Solid. Best punch of the fight, that right hand landed by Leanna.
Yeah, it does seem like what you're saying, Ak, is just that. What does it look like to the judge where one is bleeding and it looks like she's effective with the shots?
You don't judge fights by blood. You judge fights by punches landed. And right now, another right hand landed by Leanna.
But see, sometimes you can judge by blood because maybe that's saying that was a harder shot.
And even those uppercuts.
They both landed hard shots, it looks like to me.
Watch closely. I mean, Leanna's bleeding, so yes, it looks great.
Leanna at the end.
See a little bit of concern on the face of Leanna Cruz supporters right now, but all things considered, a good bounce back round for Cruz there.
Oh, yes.
Sure.
So we've referenced Regina Chavez's last fight against Jasmine Artiga, the current WBA world champion. She dropped a 10-round majority decision in that fight that was highly controversial, and one of the rare instances where a sanctioning body actually reviews the fight and admits that the score should have gone the other way. The WBA did a full rescore of the fight, determined that Chavez should have won, and awarded her initially an opportunity in an eliminator bout, which is what this was originally scheduled to be. Then it got bumped up to an interim world title fight.
I love that.
Yeah. Good decision by them.
Much better start by Leanna.
And I'll tell you that I don't see jabs by any of these ladies yet. No jabs, and that might be something that Leanna might want to start looking into to keep Chavez at bay. But this is a firefight in a phone booth. Good right hand.
Leanna's doing a lot better. Slipping shots.
Good body attack.
What her corner says, going to the body. Coming upstairs. Slipping shots on the inside. Wow. Catching shots.
Catching. Oh, right hand.
Right hand again there.
Followed by left hook.
The most eye-catching shots in these exchanges.
So she caught
coming from Cruz like
caught
that.
a shot with her right hand and then punched with the same hand.
And those sneaky uppercuts are landing more than you guys are noticing. Like almost every time in those exchanges in the middle of the ring, she's landing a right uppercut. Sometimes even a left one.
There it is again, and a straight right to the solar plexus of Chavez, who comes back with a good left hook of her own.
I just think this round is better. She was getting touched the other round.
Another straight right.
Pretty much dominated this round.
Yes, of course, she's gotten hit in the fight. In my opinion, she's just landing the cleaner blows here and harder shots.
Now it's like
solid round for Leanna Cruz there. Landing a lot of right hands calling in that round.
One of the young stars of the OTX stable, Dante Lane, in the crowd, taking in the action. He's cashed a couple bags of cash.
Few bags.
Few bags.
Money round bags.
Need to borrow something.
Underway, and what a bounce back it has been for Leanna Cruz, who was dropped in the opening round. Looked like she had sustained a knee injury. You know, between round 1 and 2, you had questions about what was her mobility going to be like. Can she continue at all? But she has bounced back with 2 excellent rounds, 2 fun action rounds here in our main event.
No question about it, Corey.
And I think, she always lets her hands go, but I think it's the defense that's setting this fight apart now.
And it might be early to start talking momentum, but right now it's safe to say that Leanna has a slight bit of momentum here. Maybe some more feints and more jabs.
A slower pace here from Chavez in this round.
Nice right hand landed by Chavez there. And the thing about Chavez, she's real sneaky with it. She has that same pace that nothing that Leanna is doing is stopping her pace, but still getting hit.
Chavez looking for that left uppercut.
Left hook, right uppercut landed by Leanna.
Body work again there for Cruz.
And bringing it upstairs after.
Cruz just slipping shots. Really nice.
Great body attack by Leanna Cruz. You don't see this often in female fighting, guys. I mean, Amanda Serrano is a great body puncher, but very few fighters. Nice left hook.
Cruz again just whipping those right uppercuts through the middle. That's a nice right hand. A good reply from Chavez. It comes back with a three-punch combination.
Leanna's very hard to hit. There's one thing about Chavez, though. She does not change facial expressions even when hit.
You can't tell what she's going through in there. It doesn't show her. She doesn't wear feelings on her sleeve, that's for sure.
On her gloves.
Jab at her. Hey, sit here. Give me a little hook. Keep everything on this side. Now we're just gonna punch her out.
Definitely so far the most entertaining fight of the night, if you ask me, guys.
Another 50-50 fight. Who wants it more? Who can bring it to that next level? It seems like so far the last couple of rounds, it's been Leanna Cruz who actually stepped it up, made the adjustments, like I said before, the defense, and probably took those 2 rounds. But she does have a knockdown in that first round, so she's going to have to win a couple of rounds to secure this victory.
Indeed.
Round 5 underway. Excellent fight so far between Leanna Cruz and Regina Chavez. Cruz bouncing back after a first-round knockdown and seemingly an injury as well. But if anything, it has just altered her approach. It hasn't seemed to hold her back
at all.
Wait, stop.
Just checked in with Leanna Cruz corner, and they believe that she has torn something in the knee. And is still in here going toe-to-toe. And possibly winning all of these rounds since the knockdown as well.
Right. Yeah, the knee does look a little funny, and because it might be hurting her, troubling her, she's probably can't sit down. Okay, I see the movement is a little bit slower when she pivots out. But maybe she can't sit down on her left hand shots like that as much as she probably.
Right, you think about the mechanics of the left hook.
Yes,
You're
exactly.
turning that knee inwards, this torn knee.
It messes with the torque.
To crank that hook, and now you see the blood really starting to splatter, and not just the decorative blood.
On the
ring kit of Leanna Cruz. That's crazy. Chavez, what a reply from Leanna Cruz, popping the head back to Chavez with the uppercut. And a beautiful left hook.
But what she did, exactly, she shot the body shot with the right hand, came up with the same right hand up the middle with a short,
a lot of short, crisp shots are being landed by Leanna Cruz here. Let's not be fooled by the blood splatter. Maybe she has a broken nose.
Nah, I'm just saying that in those rounds when I was talking, Chavez was doing better. That's all. That's all I was saying.
I mean, outside of the first round, can you say that Chavez won any of the following rounds?
I don't know. Maybe first and second. Maybe.
No, I don't think she won the second round. Maybe this one.
Well, we take a look at the punch stats here. Chavez outthrowing Leanna Cruz 396 to 254. The landed punches in favor of Cruz to this point, 107 to 103.
And even though they're very close as far as punches landed,
like last
power shots are being landed by Leanna Cruz.
There you go.
And me personally, I think judges should score, give points to fighters that are showing great defense, meaning slipping shots and answering back. When we were coming up, make them miss, make them pay. Leanna's done a lot of that tonight.
Round 6 underway.
Around defense, huh?
Yeah.
It is one of the 4 scoring tenets, of course.
Great defense. You won that round.
Now Whitaker has won rounds without throwing too many punches.
He lands shots, that's why.
It's right hand from Chavez. There from Leanna Cruz. Both women promised a knockout in this fight, and they're fighting like they are hunting for one.
Absolutely. Credit to Chavez, she's hasn't stopped that pace that she started with from the very first beginning. Whether getting hit or not, she's still continuing.
The only difference right now is that Leanna's actually pushing Ronnie Chavez back a little bit.
Yes. She's landing the harder shots. Now, we don't know what damage is being done, but good body attack. Followed by right hand, looping right by Leanna.
Slipping shots, catching shots.
That's what I'm trying to say. You got to really watch this fight. Ignore the blood. She seems like she might have a broken nose.
I said that was early.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking to the audience watching. Stop it. I'm not talking about you. I'm speaking to the judge sitting next to me.
She came in with blood.
Nice uppercut and a left hook to the body there from Cruz again. There is a consistency and a confidence about Chavez's work, though. No matter what she gets hit with, she stays the course and just keeps throwing.
Because that's how she wins fights. So she's literally won fights like that, just over-pressuring her opponent, just pressuring her too much. That was a good body work by Chavez right there. This is a fight. These girls are very conditioned.
Leanna's showing how tough she is as well.
Imagine if this was 3-minute rounds.
God,
I don't know.
what a fight, guys. Great choice for the main event.
Let's see what this round looked like. Beautiful right hand by Leanna there. So you see she slips before she throws the shots and then gets out of range. Slipping shots, catch a shot. She caught that shot, but those 2 shots got in by Chavez. This was a great fight.
Round 7 now underway. And we are getting word that the YouTube poll, viewers at home who are voting, that poll right now, at least, is in favor of Chavez.
I'm sorry, fellas. I do not agree with that. Good, entertaining, competitive fight, though.
Chavez balances her pro boxing career with a full-time school workload. She lands another right hand there. She's majoring in psychology.
Good body attack, Cruz.
Chavez, back comes Cruz with a counter right hand up top. Pace slowing just slightly here in this round.
I like to see how Compton scores punches landed sometimes.
Punch that's,
I don't see that. Just shots being landed by Chavez.
I hear what you're saying, but is that Chavez is throwing a lot more punches, but Cruz is making a miss.
A lot. Watch this. Right hand clean landed from Leanna Cruz. Another one, another left hook, another right hand.
Chavez snuck a jab in there.
What an exchange here on the
Good
inside.
combination by Chavez.
The thing is that she's not able to hurt Chavez, so it's not looking.
No, but it is looking good. Like those punches that was just landed by Chavez looked like arm punches, and it didn't look like it hurt Cruz as well, but you do see the blood coming out.
And I think
but it's not from punches that hurt her.
Exactly.
And we take a look at the YouTube poll, and still, as of right now, 53% of voters feel that Regina Chavez is ahead right now, 47%.
I love my
Leanna
voters,
Cruz.
but yeah, that's why they don't judge for a living.
Fans are different. Fans judge street fight mentality,
yes.
You know, where they're looking at blood, they're looking at a knockdown, you know?
Exactly. I agree.
I mean, those are also two good indicators, guy. I mean,
well, if you have
I feel like you're making the point that Chavez, that Cruz is landing the harder shots, but the people viewing at home, they've seen Chavez knock her down,
right,
possibly break her nose.
Right.
Clearly, she's landing impactful shots as well.
And I just think that the blood and the broken nose can sway a casual fan.
Certainly, yeah, in the other rounds, absolutely. Round 8 now underway.
Yeah, in the beginning, I said that bloody nose was for a reason, that she was really getting caught. You know, but then she kind of took over.
Straight 1-2 landed beautifully by Leanna Cruz. Slipping shots. That left hook to the body's been landing all night. But it hasn't slowed Chavez down yet.
No way.
Wow.
He didn't come all the way from Mexico to lay down.
Oh no.
Good body work there from Cruz. You can see Chavez hunching over. And Cruz now playing to the crowd.
She was looking over here, looking at the crowd.
I think she might even
kiss over here at the crowd.
Her boyfriend, I think.
Yeah, blew a kiss over here over the crowd at her boyfriend and throwing body shots at the same time.
Gotta love it.
Like, just imagine the pain that Cruz is fighting through right now.
Oh, cutting off the ring and keeping her on the ropes.
She said that Chavez wouldn't last 10 rounds. She's realizing that this is a fight that's going to go to distance.
Yeah, when Chavez heard that Cruz said she was going to knock her out in under 4, she just laughed.
Yeah,
I think she knows something about her own punch resistance.
She says, I just start getting warmed up after 4 rounds.
Another right hand there from Cruz over the top. They trade left hooks.
I think it was a headbutt maybe to the eye.
And Chavez, I think, collided. Yeah, that is a clash of heads. As we head back into the corners. Well, the undisputed world heavyweight champion Claressa Shields will defend her belts against IBF light heavyweight champion Lanny Daniels on July 27th in Detroit, Michigan. And you can catch it live on DAZN, the home of combat sports, broadcasting over 185 fights a year from the world's best promoters.
Stephen Fulton came over to the corner of Leanna Cruz to offer some advice. You know, telling Leanna Cruz, kick the legs out, relax.
Well, it's a community effort here in Philadelphia as they hope to crown an interim world champion. Allentown, Pennsylvania's own Leanna Cruz, very much a Philly fighter who just ripped another excellent right hand and now goes back to the body of Regina Chavez, who just doesn't stop throwing swing, regardless of what you hit her with.
Right. And the reason why these shots are looking better from Leanna Cruz is because they are better because of the balance. Just proper balance. Now, a lot of times Chavez just leans in and she squares up just a little bit. The balance is not there to throw the harder shots.
And that's the difference in a fight, in my opinion.
And that's sometimes. She tends to lead in, you know, and she doesn't have perfect balance when she's throwing the shots.
I think most of the time she doesn't have that much leverage on the shots. But still fighting, still a great fight in Chavez. Great clean shots landed by Leanna. Left hook followed by a right loop.
Chavez has an amazing beard.
I think what we're seeing, to your point as well, is Cruz is kind of taking advantage of the volume of Chavez in a sense. When you throw as much as Chavez does, you have to sacrifice something.
Absolutely.
And Cruz is finding those little edges, those little lanes that she is sacrificing in order to throw as much as she is.
Yeah, she is hot in that kitchen, and she's going to take risks by letting all those shots go. And Leanna's landing the harder, more leveraged shots. Not hurting her, but they're obvious.
Final 20 seconds of round 9.
I'll tell you what, Leanna Cruz has showed us something tonight that she hasn't shown us yet in her career, how much of a dog she is.
And also she's showing that she has less experience.
Yes.
And she's probably the better boxer.
No question. From fighting at bars to fighting for titles.
It's one thing to be a natural, to be natural, skillful, maybe even naturally athletic, but to show that you have heart like this.
Fighting a fighter that turned professional at 14 years old.
Trainer's dream. Yeah, yeah.
There's cool boy Steph.
He just took a deep breath right there. I think he's nervous for her. This is a good fight.
Stephen Fulton dialed into this fight.
Yes.
And final round of what has been a banger of a fight here between Leanna Cruz and Regina Chavez, with the interim WBA Super Flyweight title hanging in the balance.
I'm more impressed with Leanna Cruz in this performance than any other fight of her career, guys.
She's fighting a girl that, you know, probably in most eyes should be a champion right now. And in my opinion, she's actually dominating.
This is a perfect example of Chavez throwing 4 or 5 shots that didn't land clean.
And look at Cruz just swimming in that middle lane here and landing those uppercuts to the body. Back comes Chavez with her trademark volume.
I didn't think it was going to be very easy for her to swim without getting wet with this much volume coming at her. But she's definitely shown a lot of skill set.
Nice uppercut there. Back comes Chavez with a chopping right hand that gets the blood flowing from the nose of Cruz once again.
Good body attack by Leanna Cruz, even in this last round.
That's about 6 punches landed to the body. Combination there from Cruz. Final 30 seconds of this contest.
Chavez really eats these shots.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And a late night snack.
10 seconds remaining in the contest.
I think she signaled, stand here and bang. That's what Leanna just said.
He said, I got cojones.
Both women accepted that invitation all night long. What a fight. Cruz and Chavez.
Ooh, that was a great fight. Amazing fight. Respect. You can't help but respect your opponent after a fight like that. In my opinion, I think Leanna took over the fight in a competitive fight.
Let's see what our YouTube viewers are thinking. They still believe that Regina Chavez has done enough to win this one. 54% of voters feeling that. And listen, what a story it would be for Leanna Cruz if she has indeed pulled this one out. You think back to that first round. You couldn't ask for a worse start. Between the knockdown and a bad injury that, again, in talking to Cruz's corner during the fight, Brian Cohen said they believe that there's a tear. I mean, Leanna Cruz could be headed to surgery right after this, and to have bounced back and fought for 9 rounds afterwards the way she did would be a remarkable bounce back.
She went into the corner after the first round. They did an MRI real quick.
Yes.
And she came back out and she dug deep and she brought that dog out. That's what she did.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this one. And really, this entire fight is a highlight tape.
Oh, what a good shot. Yes, she did wince with that knee, but she got caught. And what made her go down was the shot. Chavez made it very tough for her with those shots. I believe this is like the second round where she bloodied up that nose and she was landing a lot of shots. And it was the adjustments that Leanna made, and it was slight adjustments. It was really like catching the shots, moving your head, getting your head off the line. Just a beautiful performance. I don't see how she didn't win this fight.
All right, the scorecards are in the hands of Ray Flores. Let's send it up.
Gone 10 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. Judge at ringside, Steve Weisfeld has it 95-94. Judge Dewey LaRosa has it 97-92. And Lynn Carter scores it 96-93 for your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, Leanna Cruz.
She pulled it off. Leanna Cruz victorious here in Philadelphia. You heard the scores. 95-94, 97-92, and 96-93. A tremendous fight as Leanna Cruz becomes the interim WBA champion.
96-93 sounds about right.